Ready? Ready? Sky. Sky. Ready? Ready? Good kid. Get the ball. Bring it here. Bring it here. Bring it here. Come on. Come here. Good boy. Bring it here. Come here. All right, welcome back to my YouTube channel, everybody. Figured I would give everybody a tour today of my backyard and all the fruit trees. Been working for a couple years now trying to get all this stuff established. Everything is now moved out of the basement, mostly for the outdoor stuff like some of my citrus and that. But let's go ahead and check the backyard for the current plants that I planted a couple years ago. So the first one we have here is an elderberry. This variety is actually Sambucus canadensis. This is actually the American variety of the elderberry. Pretty amazing shrubby tree-like growth. You can see down there. If you can see in there, this thing can get a little bit out of control. You got a lot of runners that come out of the ground there, but a very, very hardy grower. And if you look close, you can actually start to see little clusters of elderberry flowers starting to form. See if I could show you some over here. A little better view. Yep, right in there. So this thing is going to be full of fruit this year. Now, interestingly enough, you can't eat these raw. They definitely have to be cooked. Eating them raw contains cyanide, so you want to make sure you cook these good. But people make elderberry syrup. I guess you can make like a juice. Pretty much anything full of antioxidants, vitamin C. All right, next thing, I got my Rose of Sharon here. This thing is done well. This is a member of the hibiscus family. Let's see if I could zoom out a little bit. And again, this is another good grower. Got to watch the pests on this thing sometimes in the summer, but a pretty cool plant. This one here is a goji berry. This thing has done very well for me. Typically fruits later in the summer, although maybe now that it's getting bigger, it'll happen a little sooner. These are actually packed with up to 500 more times vitamin C than oranges. They contain iron, actually more iron, I think, than spinach, and a lot more beta carotene in a carrot, so they're very healthy. This is an Eastern Redbud. Pretty cool looking tree. So back here, I have some of my plants that I've been overwintering in my basement. You can see there, I've got some citrus going on. Everything's been doing pretty healthy. Growing my bananas. I wonder if they'll actually get fruit this year. Probably not. I think they have to get pretty big, but maybe not. This is a dwarf variety. Over here, I have some cold hardy orchids. Those are now starting to push up little buds. That should be pretty cool. And I got my figs back there. What else? Some ditch lilies, as they call them. These are those orange lilies. I don't know in certain parts of the country, but in New Jersey, these pretty much grow alongside of the road. So I actually went and dug some up and put them in my yard. I hope I don't regret it, but they could spread very easily. You can see there, this one actually is starting to come off like an offshoot of the main mother plant. All right, now we have a peach contender tree. So this thing now officially has tons of little baby peaches. This will actually be the second year it's fruiting. Last year was the first year. Had a little bit of an issue with fungus. One of the things I learned about these trees and a lot of other fruit trees is it's very important to fertilize with a good sulfate fertilizer, like potassium sulfate, sometimes in the fall, and then do it again in the spring, as well as use like a copper sulfate in the fall to help prevent any fungus and stuff like that from growing into soil that might infect the plant. So this year it looks pretty good. Again, you can see lots and lots of little fruit growing on there. Look at it. So excited about that. This here is my apricot tree. This is a Puget Gold apricot. These can typically produce fruit for up to 25 years. This will actually be the first year that this guy is fruiting. If I could show you some fruit. Yeah, here we go. You can see here, it's got a nice little apricot growing on there. It's the first year fruiting, so I don't expect too much, but really, really cool looking plant. You can see how these probably get really big, but again, doing my best to keep these on the smaller side. Here is a Honeycrisp apple. I don't expect any fruit on this year, but maybe. I don't recall getting any flowers, so this year I think we're just going to focus hopefully on the growth. As last year it struggled a little bit. All right, got some peonies over here. I believe these are yellow peonies, and I plant these away from the house. Peonies technically they tend to attract ants, so kind of like to keep them away from the house, which is over there. So, but they're beautiful plants, very cold hardy. Here in New Jersey, we can easily get down to 5 degrees, rarely 0 where I'm at, but we are zone 7A, but they're extremely hardy. Here are some dark lilies that didn't open yet. These are they're almost like a deep purplish black. So they should be pretty cool. All right, what else? Oh, here we go. Here's a Hall's Hardy almond tree. My pride and joy right here. So I actually ordered off one of the online stores for trees, and they sent me an almond tree. It wasn't this variety, and it wasn't hardy. I put it in probably a little too early, end of March, beginning of April, and it ended up not surviving much of the summer. Died, didn't come back. This one actually survived. You can see all the nice lush growth. So that'll be pretty cool if I can get some almonds off there. Of course, we're probably still 2-3 years away, but cool nonetheless. All right, here is a wonderful pomegranate. This is a new specimen I put in this year. Now, it is away from the house. I did think about putting this on the southern side of the house. I did not, however, do that. I'm hoping that this guy survives. I guess we'll find out. It's supposedly pretty cold hardy, down to about 10 degrees, maybe 5. I will actually keep this covered a little bit on super cold nights during the winter, but I'm hoping it does well. Pretty cool. Enjoys the sun. Here is a Red Delicious. This guy did flower. This is the spur type variety. You can actually see here how the little spurs come out. It's a bunch of flowers, so it'll actually clump up with a bunch of apples in sections. I'm hoping to get some good fruit on that this year, maybe. All right, here is a cold hardy citrus. This one is Panceris trifoliate. Now, pretty cool looking citrus type plant. You can see a lot of thorns on there. There is some debates, I guess, as to whether or not it's a true citrus and to what extent. Some people say the fruit is bitter, but you can absolutely eat the fruit. Some people use it as marmalades. You can even make like a type of like a lemonade. So that did very well overwintered. All right, now we have my Bing cherry tree. This thing is this thing's gonna have a lot of cherries on it, so long as the birds don't get to them first. So you can see here all the little cherries forming. That's pretty cool. This got like those pretty pinkish white flowers on there in the early spring. And over here I have my indigo gem hascap. This here is looks like an elongated blueberry. Supposedly very, very healthy. They have a lot of antioxidants. My dog destroyed this last year, and I did not think it was going to survive. Turns out they are very hardy to not only cold, but also dogs. Now, these are pretty cool because these are extremely hardy. These are good to down, I think, to zone 2. And again, I'm in zone 7A, so should have no problem surviving. All right. Next, we have an Elliott blueberry. This here was also another almost victim to my dog. I don't know what it is with the blueberries. He just likes to go in there and eat the branches off. You can see there it's actually making a recovery now. So I'm happy about that. Hopefully it continues to survive well. All right, and here's my blackberry. This blackberry is also doing very well. This is an Osage blackberry. You can see here it's actually starting to almost flower. Got some little buds there. So these actually fruit on the second year vines, and then it will also start to push out some new vines this year for next year's fruit. All right, another butterfly bush. Gotta attract the pollinators. Here's them. This is my blueberry. Again, sustained a little bit of damage there from my dog down below. But hopefully it continues to bush out. Again, lots of fruit starting to form on there. It's got some pollinators too. I don't see any right now, but been attracting a lot of the bees. And my final plant here is a pink lemonade variety blueberry. And this one again sustained major damage from the dog, and then because there were hardly any branches off it, I ended up running it over with the lawnmower. So we're starting over. But again, it doesn't look too bad. It's actually starting to come back. So yeah, so it's a beautiful day here, about 68 degrees, about 75% humidity, so nice spring day. Gonna go ahead and continue to care for all these trees. I do fertilize pretty heavily in the spring, keep everything growing out nice, and I will continue to do so, and I'll ease up on the fertilizer as we get through the summer and start to get some drier conditions, more hot. Just kind of focus on the watering. All right, everybody. Hope everyone has a great day. Leave comments, questions below. All right, have a good one. Thank you.